Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I have a process video here today using the crepe paper snow and cocoa line. I always forget the name of it, I don't know why. But I decided to break this out just because I live in Minnesota, so I have no shortage of um, winter photos, and to me this doesn't strike me as so much of a Christmas line or like a holiday line, so I knew I wasn't going to use it if I decided to use or to do a December daily or anything this year. So I decided to just go ahead and get started with it because I love to use my new stuff like right when it comes in. So I'm starting with a white piece of cardstock here, and I picked that craft paper with the white polka dots that kind of looks like snow falling on it to use because this is a photo of my puppy and her fur color. I thought that that would kind of bring that out a bit. Um, to be honest, I wanted to use that whole sheet of that craft paper as my background, but the back side has like all these little trees on it and they were so cute, and so I didn't want to use it as a background because then I wouldn't be able to use the trees on the other side. So that's why I decided to go with the white cardstock and the strip of paper there. So I knew I wanted to have my photo on the right side of the page because of the, where my dog is looking in the picture. And I also knew I wanted to have some sort of focal point that she would be looking at, and so I went through the cut apart sheet and I cut out this cute card of this polar bear, and it just says hello, and it's just adorable. I love the colors in this collection, that kind of blue and the pinks, and really really cute. So I picked a lighter colored pink paper to go behind my photo, which I mounted on some vellum. And then that tribal paper is also from the 6x6 pad, and I just layered that behind the 3x4 cut apart. I just thought it would be a good way to kind of introduce more colors into the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and put some white gesso down behind my photo and kind of just in the area where I'm going to put some ink. For a long time I quit doing mixed media on my layouts, not because I didn't love it, but more just because I was lazy, and it's really nice to kind of get back to that and have some fun playing with all these mixed media products that I've invested in over time. So that's what I'm doing here. I just grabbed some of my distress inks and I'm just smushing them on with the plastic there, and then I'm just grabbing some excess and filling in certain areas that I wanted the color to be. So those colors were cracked pistachio and evergreen bow. I don't know how, I don't know how that's pronounced really, but it was those two colors and I mixed them together. And then this color is worn lipstick. That's one I tend to use a lot. I typically use quite a bit of crepe paper collections, and I find that worn lipstick color really goes well with a lot of the pinks that they use. So yeah, that's definitely one of my most used distressings for techniques like this. And I'm just grabbing in some gelatos just to fill in some different colors that I didn't have in distress inks. And that's like more of a bluish color, and that pink that I used actually is a pretty close match to the worn lipstick, so yeah. But this blue gelato is definitely a different shade. It's a more ice blue instead of a turquoise, so Um, okay, so I got that all done, all the smushing of the inks done, and I grabbed this Heidi Swap stencil, and there's three different patterns on it. They're all kind of like little confetti patterns, but one is circles, and I thought that that would be really nice to mimic like the snowfall and also that craft paper. And so I'm just putting some of that down with my modeling paste there, and just making sure it's going to be everywhere that I want it to be. I kind of want it, more focused on where the ink and that craft paper is, but it really, after it dries, it's not a big part of the layout, so it was really just fun to do. So I'm kind of working on the embellishing a little bit now. I'm going through some die cuts, and I'm going to use that little scrap piece of that craft paper at the bottom to make a little kind of coordinating cluster down there. And I'm just picking out embellishments. That winter die cut, and I'm going to cut off the top of that tag eventually and kind of layer it in behind that 3x4 card. There's also some acetate pieces in this die cut pack, and so I'm going to use one of the acetate snowflakes and one from the chipboard sheet and kind of layer those together. And I like how it floats over my photo, so you can see the acetate snowflake, but it's not something that pops right out at you. It's just kind of like a nice subtle detail there. So I didn't get, excuse me, I didn't get every single embellishment in this collection. I normally kind of like the littler pieces I tend to not get. Sometimes I will if I find that I really want to use them. I'll order them afterwards. But I usually start with the basics, like the paper, the chipboard, the die cuts, the stickers, things like that. So I'm just fussy cutting that tree that's from the opposite side of that craft paper that I had to save. And I'm going to put that kind of in its own little cluster over there by that 3x4 cut apart with a chipboard tree and a tree from the sticker sheet that I'm going to pop up on foam. So that's kind of cute. It's kind of like a little forest. And yeah, I'm just going through different things. If you notice, when I was doing my mixed media stuff on the main area there by the photo, I did end up getting some unwanted ink in that bottom left corner, but I'm going to fix that a little bit later. So if you've noticed that, don't worry about it. It's going to all come together. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my main cluster down because I know that that's exactly where I want it to go, and those are the embellishments that I want there and stuff. So I stuck that down with my hot glue gun. I just have been finding that that is a great way to, things dry fast and they stick better, especially when you're doing mixed media with gesso and things like that. So I have been utilizing my glue gun quite a bit lately. And there's just so many adorable pieces in this collection. It's really hard to kind of pick out what you want to use. But I knew I wanted this to be kind of a cutesy page since, my dog was in it and everything. This was her first winter last year, and so it was just kind of fun to see her playing in the snow. So I'm just going to cut a couple strips from a couple papers from the 6x6 pad here just to layer on the right side of that photo. I just love to have a lot of layers, and I kind of felt like it was a little boring over there. It needed something. So I just stapled those little strips together and tucked them under there. And now I have some layers. As far as the bottom cluster, these are just the scraps that I just layered on the side of the photo, and I'm going to layer those down there in that bottom cluster. It will represent kind of all the colors that I'm using and kind of bring everything from that main cluster down to that one. And oh my gosh, these little birds. They are adorable. I wish I had so many of them. They're so cute. I love them. So I'm going to use 2 of them. Those are from the chipboard sheet at the top of my photo there. And then those little round stickers, I peeled off the sticker sheet. They say burr, which winter here in Minnesota is burr. That's not even a word you can use to describe it. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to walk away for a second. I had to deal with a situation, but I forgot where I was. Anyways, those burr stickers are from the sticker sheet, and I popped them up. Oh yes, I was talking about how cold it is here and how the word burr does not even describe how cold winters get here. But anyways, I'm going to layer a couple more stickers under those birds there and kind of build a cute little scene for them to live in up there. So I just grabbed that kind of corally snowflake sticker from the sticker sheet, and then a circle sticker with a little snowflake in the middle. Oh, that hair. Sorry about that. And stuck that under there. And yeah, there's just so many cute things in this collection, which I've already said 1,000 times. So anyways, it's just hard. I keep going back and forth. So So I decided to move on instead of just staring at embellishments all day, and I went and cut a title on my silhouette cameo, and I just used whoa, three of the different pattern papers from the 6x6 pad, and I used a cut file from Paper Issues, which they have some really cute free cut files. If you're interested in them, it's just at paperissues.com, I believe, or you could just Google paper issues and I'm sure it'll come up. But anyways, this was one of the cut files and it says "Snow Much Fun." And so I cut that out on my cameo for my title. And now I'm just going to work on this problem that I created down in this bottom left corner. And I have to add some mixed media down there because, like I said earlier, I was just being sloppy and careless and got a whole bunch of ink down there. And so I'm going to do the same thing I did in the main cluster with the same color distress inks, and instead of smushing them, I just ended up painting them on because it was just a much smaller area. And that way it covers up my little boo-boo down there, and it also brings that same kind of mixed media down to that corner. So there you go. It's all dried up and all good to go. I did not do the modeling paste down there though. So I'm going to go ahead and stick all of this down, and that little die cut says "Snow, Snow, Snow," and it has all the colors that I used, and it was really cute, and so I just tucked that in there. I just thought it was cute, and it has a fake staple on it, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my tiny attacher at some point and add a real staple over the fake staple, which it doesn't even, you can't even really tell in real life, but I just felt like I needed to do it at that moment. So I'm going to kind of nestle my title over there under the photo on the right, and I'm just going to glue it on, and "Snow Much Fun." And I kind of, I don't know, I went back and forth about outlining it or not outlining it, but I didn't want too much like black around the title. I do some journaling in black and I do some stamping in dark gray later, but that's really the only dark things on this layout, and so I kind of just left it. I mean, in real life you can read what it says, so I'm just going through and making sure everything is secured. Because, again, like I said, if you're using any type of gesso or mixed media, you're going to want to reinforce your embellishments with either some hot glue or some wet glue, just to make sure they stay. And, oh, these puffy stickers, oh my gosh, I really wish I would have gotten like 3 packs of these. They're so cute, and they're that like soft, matte, puffy sticker. Oh, they're just adorable. So I just used one tiny little snowflake up there by the birds, and I think that's all I could stomach to use from that. Even though I'm trying my best to not hoard my things anymore. I'd rather, use them, but them are just too special. So there's these tiny little diamond color blocked things on the sticker sheet, so I'm going to add some of those here and there just to kind of accent things. And then that that snowflake on top of that snow die cut is from the sticker sheet as well. So yeah, just going ahead and adding some of these. I added some up by the trees and down in that little cluster. And now I'm going to come in with these like word strips, phrase strips. And I'm just looking for ones in like varying colors, so so I don't have 2 white ones together or 2 pink ones, just different colors. And I'm going to layer 2 kind of in each area of interest, I guess you can say. So I'm going to put 2 here, I'm going to put 2 at the top there by the birds, and I'm going to put 2 to the left of the trees over there. And after I'm done with that, I am going to go ahead and do some stitching through those. So I do that off camera, but you'll see I'll come back and show you that. Sorry about that. My neighbor's dogs never, ever, ever stop barking. Ever. It is the worst. So anyways, yeah, here's the stitching I did. I stitched a zigzag through all of the word stickers. I did a little bit at that very top right there of that craft paper, and I snitched. I'm not a snitch. I stitched through snow and fun in the title, and then at the top of that die cut down there too. This video is a disaster. My voiceovers are going downhill. Okay, so now I'm going to do my journaling. I'm going to do it right here under the title. And it's just pretty generic. It just says this was Millie's first winter and I think she liked it. Something like that. Nothing profound. And now I'm going to grab a couple roller date stamps that I keep on my desk. I have a gazillion of these, and I just got the Currently one, the Project Life one, which has really cute sayings. I'm just addicted to these. I don't know why. I don't even use them on every layout. I should be, because I have so many now, but I don't know. I just love them. So anyways, this one is from Shamal. Actually, I think I only use Shamal. And this says, what does this say? Maybe, oh, happy day, I think. And then I'm going to do some gold splatters. And then I'm going to come back again with that same roller stamp. And I'm going to do, or did I do all of them already? I must have done all of them already. I used two different phrases. Fun stuff and I think oh happy day. So anyways, sorry about this voiceover. Here's some close-ups of the layout. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I will be back next time with a new page, hopefully. Alright guys, have a good day. Bye.